Tonight, from Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Arizona Cardinals.
NFL football has come to Southern Nevada as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Las Vegas Raiders. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. Leading the charge will be their quarterback, always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, Watson. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Khalil Mack make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it, because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 3 catches, 62 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
Well, the second down throw on target. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards there and a first down. 2 plays, 2 catches. You have a feeling they're going to look for him early and often, and that's to be expected. You got a player of his caliber, why not?
And I think it's also a message from them to the defense that you're not going to dictate to us what we're going to do with one of our better players, because so often you hear about defenses saying we're going to take away what you do best. In this case, they're going to move him around, find proper matchups, and make sure they continue to funnel the ball to him.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Cliff Kingsbury here on 4th down, trots out the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this one is right down Broadway. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0.
Cardinals 3, Raiders nothing.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked.
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Here's Madison running on 1st down. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Running from the shotgun with Madison. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
He's tackled at the 40.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, 1st round went to the offense, 2nd round the defense. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up by running the action to the wing. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Watson. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Cardinals' 45-yard line.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Cardinals 3, Raiders nothing.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Watson off play action. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Chase Young just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Seventh play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Here's Watson. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Cardinals take over 1st and 10.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And the return will stop right around the 25. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. After the interception, here's Watson. This one into the hands of Burton. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
They'll run with Madison. And he's going to be stopped up just short of the 1st down at the Cardinals' 14. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson staying on his feet. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Watson on 3rd down. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Aaron Donald able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
On 4th down, John Gruden says, let's try and get 3 out of this. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover. Big thanks to the defense. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear. Coming up on 3 minutes left in the half in a 3-3 ball game. Just a pair of field goals to this point. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
On the pickup, brings up 2nd and 2 at the 50-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there and a first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. That one, a first down pickup of 8. It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage. Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Complete. Jefferson the target. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Laviska Shenault, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half. Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. And it is up.
The kick is good.
And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Deshaun Watson making his way back out, the focus of our players' spotlight. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled. And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground. But that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much. And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. On first down, it's Watson. Got an open man. It's QT. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the gun, here's Watson. Being chased out.
Watson. And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where it was the visiting Cowboys who got the win on the road. A touchdown, the difference. 21-14, the final score. From there, we'll head west to check on the other team in the Keystone State, the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. 21-16, the final. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Seattle Seahawks. 24-11 was your final. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
So here are the Cardinals to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Laviska Shenault, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, you got to think this sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Deshaun Watson making his way back out. The focus of our players' spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well. But the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, Watson. A battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards, a first down. And until that point, we haven't seen Julio Jones. That's hard to believe here this late in the game.
And no one more frustrated than Julio Jones, because receivers feed off of catches. That's their fuel, and that's also their affirmation. And he hasn't been getting much of that in this game, and their team is losing, and he wants to have a better effect on the game.
Just the first connection, Ryan to Jones there. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Here's Madison. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
Ball carrier.
Tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
So right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards, a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Watson caught on the right side by Jones. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Julio Jones. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and
They'll run it with Madison. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Going on the ground with Madison. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Watson. He's got Burton here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Out of the gun, Watson. It is incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
They're able to find Dorsett. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Now a first down throw. Watson connecting with Burton here over the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the Cardinals' 16-yard line.
Again, it's Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Burton. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
No gain on the play.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
At the 12-yard line.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. On the handoff, it's Madison. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. This is caught. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Julio Jones, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Now the try here for the point after. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Taken at about the 1. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
10 at their own 26-yard line.
The football going back over to Arizona now. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Justin Jefferson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals have broken the tie. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And he runs us out past the 20 to the 24.
Over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. On first and 10, Watson is going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
32-yard line. It's a gain of 7.
A shotgun snap for Watson. McKinnon here, it's complete. And now he's stripped. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. And the Raiders have got it. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. And that right there is something we've seen, I don't know, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. He's had quite the turnaround, Charles. At the start of the game, passing game was a little bit of a mess, but he's back on the horse, so to speak.
Love seeing how someone can rebound from a slip.
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Javon Kinlaw able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now Watson's throw is taken in by QT. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. This one into the hands of Burton. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 42. Pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. And he's going to go down again. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Watson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Christian Fulton. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
Intercepted by the Cardinals.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
And they will take a knee here. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they can pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And even playing on the road, the class of this ball club just too much to overcome.
Yeah, deep down, I think even the fans knew how this one was going to turn out. All right, they just came to support their team, hoped they'd see some good football, and they did. But they didn't really expect their team to win. In fact, they probably came in and said, let's win the tailgate. Because that's where we have the advantage, and I bet they did that.
So for the Cards, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they will head home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they drop just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.